Everyone, I got another fun one for you today. We're taking an in-depth look at the Star Wars Heropack. This is a mod currently in the works by several Fisk Heropack developers. I previously did a gameplay video, but today we're taking a look at the heroes, classes, and everything else. I'm doing the Separatist side, and RZ is going to do the Republic, so be on the lookout for that. So let's start with the classes. Regardless if you're playing clones or droids, you can choose from 8 classes: Assault, Heavy, Officer, Specialist, Airborne, Aerial, Infiltrator, and Enforcer. There's a few more special classes, but we'll get there eventually. So let's start with the Assault class. Just like in Battlefront, you start with an E5 blaster as a droid. It's built like your all-arounder, decent rate of fire, range, health, and even has a Vanguard ability where you use the scatter gun. I was awful with this ability. This class also comes with a grenade. Next we have my favorite class, the Heavy. He's a little beefier than Assault, but he's sick. The droid rocks an E5C, an impact grenade, and a temporary minigun that is a blast to use. It works just like in Battlefront. He also moves a lot slower, so you have to be careful when moving around. Up next is the Officer. It's got some pretty cool abilities. The first is a shield you can pop up in the middle of the battlefield. It's great for creating cover for your teammates. You also have a battle command ability that's very similar to the game. You buff allies. The Officer doesn't have the strongest weapon, but this is more of a support role. You don't need to worry about that. The Specialist is next, and this is a fun role. The class rocks a sniper, and you can just take out people from across the map. Just like the Assault and Heavy, you have a grenade. You also have a night vision mode you can use in dark places. And if you need to get up close and personal, you can pull out a temporary SMG to take out your enemies. This was another ability I was really bad at. I'm not good at close quarter combat, so I loved using this class. The Enforcer is an interesting one. Not only can you be a B2 battle droid, but you can also be a Trandoshan that uses a different weapon and a grenade. As for the B2 though, he has different abilities. He has alternating fire mode, which is essentially full auto versus like a single powerful shot. You also have a battle command ability to assist teammates. Honestly, the B2 is really strong. I was able to rack up some kills against clone commandos. The next one is sick. We have the Infiltrator class, which is a commando droid. These classes are now getting really different compared to the Republic classes. The Infiltrator is fast, he hops around like crazy, and he wields a vibroblade. So when you're playing, you're just seeing a bunch of droids jumping around at you, jumping around the map. It's kinda scary, honestly. The Commando droid also has a smoke screen he can use to make it hard to see on the battlefield. It's just a very fun class in general. Now let's move on to the Aerial class. It's very similar to Star Wars Battlefront, where you have a jetpack and a rocket launcher. The duo makes for some pretty fun scenarios on the battlefield, where you're just flying around and you just launch a rocket. The jetpack has about 6 seconds of fuel, which I think is pretty generous. This is another one of my favorites. And this next one is probably my worst class, Airborne. One of the main features of this class is that it has a jump pack, so you can get a quick boost that could help you get out of a bind. Like some of the other classes, you have access to grenades, and you can use several different weapons. Some classes can change out their loadouts by picking a logo at the bottom of the screen. Airborne isn't my favorite, but it's still fun to play. Next up, we have some pretty unique classes. The Duelist class, which is the Magna Guard. The role is very straightforward. You just run around whacking people on the battlefield. The Magna Guard has a smoke screen, which is good for a surprise attack. He can block blaster bolts, and you just generally get in a 1v1 with this guy for no reason. He moves fast, and he's really fun to play. We technically have our first heroes now, Cad Bane and Jango Fett. Both of them have access to a form of jetpack or jet boots, and Cad Bane can pull out a second blaster. They play pretty much the same in my opinion. They don't do well from afar, but in close quarters they can be pretty deadly. Now we have the support hero Aurra Sing. You'd only know who she is if you watch the Clone Wars. She's got a few things up her sleeves. She has an alternate fire mode that shoots in a burst, a sniper rifle to pick people off from afar, and smoke screen. I'll be honest, I didn't realize you could use the scroll wheel to get to the sniper, so I don't have any video of that to show, but she was pretty strong. Now we have the Trandoshan bounty hunter Bossk. He might not have all of his abilities from the game, but he is strong. He can charge up an extremely powerful shot that has the potential to one-tap enemies. He also has a massive pool of health. Bossk can also toss grenades, making him more of a threat on the battlefield. His rifle can zoom in like a sniper, so he can pick off people from a distance. I'm not very good with this class, but I can see people dominating with him. Now we have the bread and butter of this hero pack. The villains, the Force users. This is easily the best part of the mod. So far, there is Maul, Savage, Count Dooku, Sas Ventress, and Palpatine. Each of these villains have their own abilities, but all play similarly, so it's easy to play as anyone. Let's start with Savage. He's rocking his iconic double-bladed lightsaber. He has 3 main abilities: Force Push, Force Grab, and Force Rage. That last ability gives yourself a stat boost, which could be key in several encounters. One cool thing is, if you're force grabbing someone, you can also choke them to do damage. Now let's check out Maul, who plays very similarly to Savage. Maul is also rocking the double-bladed lightsaber and uses the push and grab abilities. The only difference is, Maul has the Kenobi ability and Confusion. Kenobi is another move that raises your stats, so essentially Force Rage, and the Confusion one is pretty straightforward too. You blind and confuse your opponents. Up next, Count Dooku. He has a few unique moves too. On top of Force Grab, he has Force Lightning that shoots out a bolt of electricity. He also has Force Focus and Meditation, which are also stat boosters. He's definitely one of my favorite characters. Not only does his skin look sick, it's always nice to have a ranged attack when you're a melee character. Asajj Ventress. Man, do I have things to say about her. First and foremost, she's great. The double lightsaber look is awesome, and she is really, really quick. Unlike her Master Dooku, Ventress only has one unique ability: Force Rush. This makes her extremely quick, moving way faster than every character on the field. She also has your standard push and grab abilities. Honestly, I can't say anything bad about her. I would love to see her Night Sister skin or Bad Batch skin in the future. And now we have the GOAT himself, Palpatine or Darth Sidious, whichever one you want to call him. He has the most versatile abilities and moveset out of everyone. He has 2 different ranged attacks on top of the standard lightsaber melee. Those ranged attacks are Force Lightning and Lightning Hands. Force Lightning is exactly like Dooku, where you shoot a single bolt. As for Lightning Hands, that's a bit more busted. You temporarily put away your lightsaber and just start blasting away. It is extremely powerful and can destroy Jedi. He also has the ability Sith Scream that buffs his own stats. He also has Confusion. Sidious is probably my favorite out of all the villains. I was able to rack up kills like crazy. So that's pretty much it for the villain side. I know I kind of blew through these really quickly. That's because RZ has a much more in-depth look on his channel. He focuses on all the clones and the Jedi, which is awesome. The amount of customization and the number of heroes is absolutely crazy. So be sure to check out that video. Once again, I want to give a huge shout out to all the developers on this. What they're doing is absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to see what they do next. Now, you can't get your hands on the Hero Pack yet, but their goal is to release this to the public by the end of the year. If you can't wait that long, like me, they are also doing plenty of playtesting. If you have any questions, post them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Anyways, that's all I got. Later.